Alright. You rise early, dismiss the attentions of the householder, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you are out of Dumpy and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path heading up into the hills and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village you make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Go uphill or go downhill.
Go uphill, don't be a coward. It's a high ground.
Alright. Alright, we go uphill. We take a very roundabout path to get there, though. How's the sorcery going? We just started for the day. So you're just in time. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb and you are forced to rest several times. So far, you have been walking through the foothills. Now the journey will become more serious. When finally you reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested, you see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. There are villagers out in the street, talking and working. It seems a happy, bustling place. Watch for a while longer. You stay at your vantage point and watch a while longer to see if things change. After a while, you begin to notice something strange about the way the people in the village are moving. First you notice one is limping, then another.
Are you at the Plague Village already?
What the fuck, Janser?
And if they didn't see the sorcery, German sweep, man, they're missing out.
Then another. Then you realize they are all shuffling as they move. Some use sticks. One is even crawling. Watch more. You stay hidden and watch for longer. After a while, you realize that whatever is happening in the village, it is desperate. There is no laughter, no joy. There is no trade or commerce. The women do not walk about, and the men do not watch them. It is like a prison camp. I love that if you just look a couple of lines up, it seems a happy, bustling place. There is no joy, no laughter.
Luffy's playing too much Rust. So much Rust.
Stay away from this place. Go and visit these people. Stay away from this place.
Just leave? Alright. I guess it's a safe bet.
What am I gonna do? Cure them all?
Yeah.
No.
Cure, like, one of them.
And lose my Blimberry potion?
What is it even good for? Healing yourself?
Probably, I don't know. Stay away from this place. You have seen enough. Taken to the low scrub, you walk a quarter circle around the village to the far ridge. Look back. Looking back, you can now see the village a little closer. There are red crosses marked on some of the doors. It is a sign of the plague. You shudder, thank your spirit, and move on. The path turns down a steep, creased slope and into some trees. Oh, okay, this takes me to the lower path. It's difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you trust to the course, and eventually the path bursts out onto a narrow... I've never seen this before, I don't think. Onto a narrow stone ledge, high above the valley floor. The ledge leads left and right. There is no way forwards. Look left. Looking left, you can see the narrow ledge is formed by a splitting of the rock that leads all the way down to the misty valley floor. If there is a path up at the other side, it is not clear from here. Look right. Looking right, you are taken aback, as out of the mist that fills the valley, an impossibly wide bridge looms into view, as if it had only now fallen into place. It is made of planks and thick ropes, and it is suspended from this peak to the peak on the other side. Who could have built such a marvel, and how long ago? Look at the bridge. You take a moment more, staring at the bridge. It forms a delicate curve across the valley, swaying very slightly in the wandering wind. But the more you look...
teaser for Hololive Summer?
Yeah, where is this Marine being an old lady?
She is climbing some stairs, but... what is happening here?
I don't know.
Why does it have a story?
But the more you look, the more it seems too perfect. Could such a bridge possibly exist? Or is it mere illusion, to trick the incautious traveler? Move on. Getting to your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance before moving on. One slip here, and you would fall a long way down. Into the valley, or to the bridge? The last time we went into some mines, it worked out pretty great for us, so let's go into the valley. The bridge seems untrustworthy. Should anything happen while you were halfway across it, there would be no escape. But the last, most final kind, better to walk. You make your way along the stone ledge. The angle is steep and it's hard going not to stumble. At the valley floor is a dried-up river, covered in worn stones honed by water, that is now long gone. Small caves open in the rock face nearby, with rusted machinery abandoned outside. There was mining here, once, but it must have been a long time ago. A wider track made for carts carrying ore leads up the far slope. Investigate the mines. You approach the mine entrance. A wet wind greets you from the depths. The mine shaft must lead somewhere, but it is pitch dark, and there are no torches. You do not have any light of your own. Go inside!
Just going in?
You stride further inside until the wet rock is above you and the air falls suddenly cold and still. Your breath echoes. Tight, dark places are often fearsome, and through the rock, and though the rock walls here were carved with axes, there is still something wild and harrowing about this place. Your feet crunch on the gravel floor. Cast a spell. Zap!
Oh my god, he's zapping? Or what? What do you zap? The darkness?
Wouldn't you like to know? Maybe we won't cast a spell. Go further in. You go a little further into the dark, feeling your way along the right wall. Then you hear something. A deep, resounding growl. The walls shake. This is the scrape of claws on stone, and another noise, like fluttering, beating sails, as though a ship fought against a gale. Something is rushing towards you. You turn to run, but you cannot move your legs quickly enough. Sharp talons gash into your back and you fall. What's my fate? You have been killed in the darkness. Your adventure is at an end. Alright, let's cast a spell. How about hot? You cast your spell, creating a fireball in your palm that fills the mine shaft with light. Looking ahead, you see how the passageway splits in a T-junction, with turnings left and right that lead away and downwards into the mine. But then, approaching up the left passage, you see something. Huge eyes and clawed feet. Then it growls with a hot, malicious rage. It is running towards you.
It's coming at you?
Wait.
You're dead?
You wait a moment longer to see the creature. The claws appear, and then a face like an old man's, and then something sleek and sharp. You do not see what it is before it instructs for its feet. What's my fate? You have died in the darkness.
Oh, you're dead? Oh, goodbye, I guess. You're dead.
Cast a spell. Hot. Hurl the fireball. You toss the fireball towards the creature. There, the smell of burning flesh, and the monster roars in pain with an almost human sound. Before it can recover, you turn and run out into the. No! Rewind! Fuck you!
What?
I'm in here for treasure, boys!
Oh, he's getting the treasure.
You think I'm going into a fucking mine and I'm not leaving with something? Everybody's looking for something. There's actually no positive reward here.
So going in is just like a mistake.
Oh, we went further back, sure, because I'm using a rewind on all that just because that was kind of lame. Like, nothing happened. You walk for a little. I go back. You pause for a moment to recover your breath and look around. You walk for a while between the ancient machines that list out of the mud beside the riverbed. Gigantic hoppers, now bronze with rust, with huge spiked wheels on their sides and chutes leading between them, now thick with bindweed, slugs, and mud. Whatever these machines were, or whatever these machines were for, they have not worked in decades, maybe even centuries. Look at the riverbed. You look down at the riverbed, nothing but a carpet of stones. Take some stones! You choose 3 nice, round pebbles and stash them into your backpack. Heavy to carry, but useful. Alright, everyone, go to my spell book. What can I use some stones for? Oh, you can make little bombs out of the pebbles.
That's nice.
Alright, now let's investigate the mines. Maybe let's check out what happens if we cast the other spells. What about how? Okay, when you cast how, it just says, "Hey, the only way to live is by leaving."
Oh.
No way. What about sus?
Total suck.
You cast the spell, and within moments a dread feeling has come over you. This cave is a place of great and terrible danger, and you feel quite certain that to go a step further would be certain death.
maybe you should leave.
Cast a spell.
You want to guess a spell?
Alright. We're giving up on the mine. We're giving up on the mine. Take some stones. Climb up out of the valley. The climb on the other side of the valley will be no easier than the climb down. Your breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause. Halfway up the valley slope, a small wooden hut is opposite, set a little way back from the path. Look at the hut. You stop to watch the hut, dropping behind a bush out of sight as you do so. After a few minutes, you see a troll emerge, ducking to get through the tiny frame of the building. He is clearly guarding something around here, perhaps another goblin mine. Perhaps he was stationed here long ago to guard a city that is now crumbled to ruin. Wait to see what he does. The creature stands outside the hut for a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with the speed and dexterity of a mill wheel. Then, he stomps away around the curve of the hill. You probably have a few minutes before he reappears. Move quickly on past the hut, or go inside the hut. I live it dangerously and for loot. Go inside the hut. You seize the opportunity to race over to the hut to see what you can pilfer. Inside, you find it is a barren shack. There is a low oak table in the center, and no windows. There is no door. A pile of blankets in one corner is the only nicety. Look at the blankets. The blankets in the corner of the room have seen better days. They were fine cloth once, but they have been worn to threads over many years, and have clearly never been washed. Flies lay eggs in the gaps in the weave. The creature will be back any moment. You should go. Search the blankets. You lift the corner of the blanket with the tip of your sword, and hidden away you find 3 gold pieces. Most likely the trolls pay for the entire year. Take the money. Take it quickly and drop the blankets as you found them. Look at the table. By the look of the table and its stains, this is where the troll sharpens his blade, skins his river for the pot, and sleeps. It is certainly strong enough. 4 wide trunk legs supporting a split trunk top, etched deep and carved. Suddenly a shadow falls across the entrance. The troll is returned. Roaring with anger, it raises its sword. You will have to fight it. Cast a spell. Sus! Oh no, sun.
Sus.
Let's cast a dumb on him. Yeah. You cast a spell over the troll, whose heavy, thick-set features seem to get heavier and thicker in a heartbeat. It steps towards you and kicks the blade of its own sword, knocking it from its own grip. It curses and picks the weapon up, only to drop it again. You can fight it easily now. Or, no doubt, you could run away. Let's fight. You draw your sword ready to dance around the confused creature. The troll stamps forward. Then, in arms length away, he drops down into a crouch behind his thick little shield. You swing hard with your sword, aiming to cut through him in a single stroke. He deflects the blow, mostly by luck. He is so pleased he drops his sword and hurriedly has to pick it up again. You keep up the pressure, Turning your sword, you punch with the hilt, and then, as he reels, you lash out with your blade. His own swing is knocked away. The troll is stumbling, his wiry old muscles leaking green blood. You batter at his blade. You thrust, making swift progress across the dirt towards him. You swing, spinning around on the spot, and the last cut slices through the troll's neck. No stamina lost. Flawless fight. Search the troll's hut. With the troll dead, you quickly complete your search of the hut, but you find nothing more of interest. Then you slip out and continue on your way. Keep walking. Another hour passes. You finish the climb, but the sun's starting to hang heavy in the sky. You reach the top and meet with the other end of the rope bridge. Look back at the bridge. It may look stable, but is undoubtedly a death trap to set to part travelers from their gold and from their lives. You continue on down the slope as evening draws in. Sounds like I made the right decision. Even though I probably could have just cast a spell to fix the whole problem. Some way down the hill, you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between three peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Approach the village. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward with an overhanging branch. When an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Freeze. You freeze. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. You freeze. Okay, It even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching tightly. Well, slightly. Talk to it, shake it loose, cast a spell! Carry on. It's no threat. Talk to it. I'm not a fucking psychopath. Greetings, little creature. And hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name is Jan. What are you? What do you want with me? We'll deal with what are you. The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a mini-mite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. I'm not going anywhere until you've gone. What can you tell me about the village? What do you want with me? What can you tell me about the village? You point down the valley. Is it safe? That's... Biritanti. What did you miss? You missed a lot, Wolf. But also don't worry about it. In short, I crossed a bridge. Except I didn't cross the bridge. I went down into the valley and then up. And then I killed a troll. I should have gone into the cave and then left. I bet that there's something for experiencing that when you get to the thing later on. And it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of the Shamutanti Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for mini-mites, but pleasant enough. Creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? What do you want with me? See the village, the creature replies? Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. I can protect you. I can protect you. The creature squeezes your shoulder gently. It's like having a spider trying to burrow into your skin. The creature flits to your other shoulder once more. You're not in any hurry, are you? It observes. Do you want to sleep out in the rough? Where I'm going is dangerous. Where I'm going is dangerous, you warn the creature. You might be killed traveling with me, the creature shrugs. I've got small wings. Can't get far on my own. Oh, let's get going then. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are toweringly tall, and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, for from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. Continue along the path. The sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky here. Oh, it's almost spooky. Here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. See the mini-mite on your shoulder remarks? I told you it was a happy place. Damn, what's going on? Are they bewitched? Jan shakes his head. No, if there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the Festival of the Young. What's that? Well, take a look, Jan lays a hand around the village. The idea is that once a year the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings where you find a number of children sitting in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads, Glandragor's Tavern. It is all complete mayhem. I can't go into the tavern at all!
Why not?
It won't let me! Rescue the old woman. You stride over to the boy, intending to rescue the woman, but at the sight of your manner and sword, the boy puts her down and gets to his feet. And what are you about, he demands. I'm the leader of this village for today. And I say, get to bed. Laugh at him. You laugh at the boy. He is quite clearly enraged and lets up a hollering cry. Suddenly there are 100 children around you. Not all beggars, but well-fed and armed with sticks and pitchforks. Jan is making a hissing noise in your ear. Better run for it. I can fight the children?
Kill all of the children.
I can fight 100 children?
Hell yeah, dude. Hit him with a zap.
No, I can't cast a spell. I can either run or fight.
Fight him.
I think I'm gonna die for this, but I gotta know. You raise your sword and smack the children away as best you can without injuring them. But there are too many. After a few minutes they have you. 5 holding your arms and 10 your legs. Jan flutters up into the air, hovering above the fray. The group hollering and cheering, carrying her to dump you in the grass, pausing only to relieve you of your gold purse!
Stole all your money?
Rewind. Damn, what's going on? It's our third rewind.
How many rewinds do you get?
You consider helping the woman, but there's nothing you can do. It is their festival, after all. Enter the tavern or go further into town. Tavern. Behind the bar, a thick-set man is wiping mugs down with an old rug. Greetings, stranger. He calls, I'm Glandragor. Can I be helping you? How much is ale? You must be right thirsty to be so upfront, he remarks. 2 gold pieces and it's the finest in town. Well, it's the only ale in town. I make sure of that. What the fuck? I have no gold. Yeah, I have no gold, you lie. The innkeeper gives you a long, hard look, deciding whether or not he trusts you. Then he relents and pours you a mug. Don't tell anyone I gave you that, but it's on the house. You look like you've been on the road a while. You have no idea, you reply. Glandragor nods. Well, I didn't. I just wanted to say I didn't want to drink. There was no option for no. There was only options to leave. Tell me about yourself. Me? Why? He spreads his hands. I'm a normal enough fellow. What you see is what you get with me. That's what I always say. Tell me about this village. Glandragor shrugs. Not much to say. What you see is what you get again. This place keeps going because it's on the only route between Carre and Cantopani. If one of these mountains falls, the river freezes over, then this place will be a desert in 2 weeks. I'm headed for Carre myself. Of course you are, he grins. Didn't I just tell you that? What can you tell me about it? Ah, Carre. I loved a girl in Carre once. It's the town for love, you know. You have to live every day like it's your last in Carre because the chances are high that it will be. Now there's a city of thieves if ever there was one. I'm sure you'll be right at home. I have my magic. Then you'd better lose that thing, he replies, flicking Jan with a finger. The tiny creature rolls over uneasily, seems to be ill. Glandragor goes back to wiping down his bar, but then a thought occurs to him. You'll be passing through Torrepani, I suppose. The Svins in Torrepani are normally a merry lot, but they're pretty depressed at the moment. There's a real gloom about the place. What's the matter with them? Oh well, he thinks for a moment, then waves away whatever was on the tip of his tongue. I'm sure it's nothing to concern you. From the counter, Jan issues a loud burp. He's been sipping ale from puddles on the bar top and is now quite drunk. Wake him. Poor little creature who clambers boozily up your finger, but then topples off and onto the floor. Leave him there if you like, Glandragor says. I'll pick him up and put him in a mug. But you don't manage it. At the last moment, Jan rouses himself and flies wobblingly back onto your shoulder. I love you, he whispers into your ear.
Oh, no.
Okay, go further into town. You head out of the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost pointing to the crystal waterfall. They are tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling. Ask them about the waterfall. You stop by the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they are too distracted by Jan, whom they delight in poking, tickling, and generally cooing over. After a few minutes of them asking them about the you give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" and another shouts, "The water is good for you." Jan sighs, already missing the attention, but comes back to the rest of your shoulder. You leave the girls to their snickering. Visit the waterfall. You go back, past the girls, and head up a path that climbs around through the crack in the mountainside. Soon the air is filled by a thunder. Okay, sorry, I thought that was a comma. It's quite a climb, but eventually you turn a corner through a narrow cleft in the rock and catch your first glimpse of the tall, natural waterfall, plunging down from the cliffs overhead. Large crystal stalactites hang down either side of the water. There is only one path to reach it, winding up the rock face, and it passes by a small hut where a ruffian is collecting money. Greet the ruffian. Make your way over to the hut. Greetings, you begin. You collect a fee for the waters? I do, sneezes the ruffian. These waters cannot be so healing that he has not caught an awful flu from them. 3 gold pieces. Haggle. 3 gold pieces, you shake your head? For a bath? You're a thief. The waters are healing, the ruffian explains quickly. They'll do more than make you clean. Haggle. I'll give you 2. The ruffian considers it for a moment. He seems to be won over by your manner. Alright, 2 gold pieces, but don't tell anyone I did it. 1.
Haggling further.
The ruffian almost chokes on his own phlegm. I'm not a charity, he splutters. Pay 2 gold pieces or turn back. I'm gonna use a fourth rewind if it doesn't go well. You must think me a fool, you reply. And water. Oh no, 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 no! Go back, go back, go back! Pay 2 gold pieces. Sucks, but you know. What are you gonna do? You hand over your coins. The ruffian pockets them quickly, scanning the path either side to make sure he hasn't been seen. The waterfall. I wish I could have spot him. You head up to the waterfall.
Kill a man so you can take a bath.
Yes. A splish splash, I was taking a bath. You head up to the waterfall, which cascades forcefully into a deep pool. You strip off your clothes and dive into the pool, while Jan flitters through the froth. The cool water is fresh and invigorating, and you feel yourself getting rapidly better. You feel a huge swell of confidence. Coming here was the best decision you have made. Wait, this water cures disease? But wait, the water cures disease? Something that seems terribly important. People should be told about it. People should be told about it. The villagers up on their lonely mountain, ravaged by the plague. They should be brought here. They can be saved. But it is late already. The walk back to the plague village will lose you a day, maybe more. And with this place so close, they must know of it. Perhaps their symptoms are too serious to be healed. Start walking. If you send someone else, they might not do it. Shouldering your pack, you begin the long, weary walk back to the village of the plague. You're not really doing this, are you? Jan hisses in your ear. You're crazy! You ignore the small creature's complaints. After an hour, you are within sight of the long bridge through the clouds. In the steep slope into the valley, Jan is hopping mad. Where are you going? I thought you were on a mission. This is important. Sure it is, Jan replies grumpily. So is sleep. You say nothing, but keep walking. A few minutes later, Jan pipes up again. Alright, alright. What is it now? Jan shakes his head, leaping up from your shoulder to flitter irritatingly right in front of your face. Listen to me. You can't go. I won't let you. You won't stop me. Well, why not? Because I'll go for you. Many mice can't catch plagues, so there's no risk. And I can fly faster than you. And if I save a whole village, I'm bound to find someone who will look after me properly. He looks at you, expecting you to argue. Good idea. Thank you, Jan. Or come with me. Vote now on your phones. Come with me. Jan shakes his head. You don't want my company, trust me. Then he turns and with a buzzing sound flits away into the dark. You are alone once more. Villagers should be in safe hands, but you cannot stay to receive their thanks. It is time to find somewhere to sleep. With luck, you will reach Carre tomorrow. Sleep outside town. Find an inn. I've got full stamina. We're sleeping outside town. Nah, you know what? We've got 7 gold. Let's at least peek at the inn. Maybe we've got something we can do to get some muns or make it free. You find the village inn, buried under a rocky overhang. The proprietor stands in the doorway, a formidable young girl, armed with a baker's paddle. What do you want? She squeaks at you. A meal, a bed, room and board. Nothing of yours. A meal. A meal if you can supply one. The girl looks down at you with a severe expression. 4 gold pieces! No discounts! It's steep, but you haven't eaten today, and your stomach is churning. 4 gold pieces? I'm good. How much for a room? 5 gold pieces, she says. Plenty of travelers in Biritanti. We only want the best. Leave. I'm good. You shake your head. That's too much. You run a lowly inn and not a palace. I didn't want to say that. That's just mean. The girl scoffs back at you and you turn and walk out of town. She wanted 9 gold for room and board. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall, dry trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. You are tired enough to feel your eyelids drooping, but you are hungry from not having eaten. Eat something, settle down for the night. Settle down for the night. You rest your head in your backpack and close your eyes. Your stomach rumbles painfully as you try to sleep. Your dreams are filled with walking, with peaks and valleys and endless paths. A curious light plays across them, building walls to heights before ruining them as it moves away. The rest of the night passes silently. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. You rejoin the path on the far side of Biritanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torpani today, the last village in the Shamatanti hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. Choose a path. With Torpani so close, it hardly matters which way you go, surely. Well, it doesn't really look like there's anything up here. We're just gonna go right. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, but the trees are thin. The view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch glimpses of Korea on the northern horizon. Keep going. You decide not to stop to eat, but push on. A line of trees approaches, the shadows between their trunks deep and threatening, and then you are under the canopy, and it takes your eyes a moment to adjust. You come to a dead stop. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. Answer. I see nothing, you call back. You are quite safe. It is not I who is not safe. Ask who is there. There is no reply, but the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He was a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Cast a spell. Duh. My only other option is fight him, which, Alright, so we can either make a shield, we can zap, or we can... Oh, that's it? We only have those two? We can spend a gold to make a shield, or we can just zap his ass. I think we have 7 gold, so I'd rather not spend the gold. I'd rather just spend the stamina, I think. We're just gonna zap. You cast a spell, spreading a powerful bolt of electricity in your palm. Then you wait for the figure in the shadows to move, so you can pinpoint your attack. Then, you fire. The bolt hits home and the figure doubles over in pain. Not killed, but severely weakened. You bring your sword up to bear. The assassin bows to you, raises his curved sword in salute, and then takes his position. You measure the weight of your sword and then bring it up to deliver a cleaving blow. The assassin covers himself. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, he tells you, in a voice as cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it. I'm full attacking. No stamina lost. Flawless fight. Whew. The trees watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, losing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you choose, but if you do me an honor, and use my own blade. The assassin is not dead, but lies on the floor, gasping. Spare him. Then get up, you tell him, holding your sword back, but not putting it away yet. He nods and sheathes his own blade. You are an honorable man. I am glad to meet you. Now you have saved me. You own me, in part. My name is Flanker, and I am an assassin and a thief. Why did you attack me? It is a simple matter. I pick on wayfarers for practice in hiding and in killing. I assumed you would be no match, but I see I was wrong. He bowed his head once again in respect. Perhaps from the pain of his injuries. You were traveling to Corée, he asked. Yes. I go that way as well. I go that way as well. I will not travel with you. But once you are there, perhaps I will see you. If so, I will not forget the debt I owe you. Oh my god. Taser, he is useless. Finish him. Psycho. What's your business in Korea? What is your business in Korea, you ask? He looks long into your eyes for a moment and then answers. The nobles of the city have heard rumors. Goblins are reopening the old mines. They want to know why. They are arming for a war with the villages. They are arming for a war that you tell him. Remember the conversation with the villagers in Dumpus. I would wager they are, Flinker replies. But it is not in search of iron that they have reopened it. You know the history of the hills, perhaps. They have not always been so poor or so underpopulated. Once great and powerful men lived here. Men of great knowledge in sorcery. Long gone now. Flanker shakes his head. Not gone, changed. There was a village of giants in these hills. That is what those men became. The ancient miners once ran a great city spanning from the Kagabat Sea as far north as the Jaikir mines. That was where they mined the ore that forged the crown, and it is that metal, that power, which the goblins are searching for. If Mampang should rise, it will be their only hope. The crown will be recovered. Flanker's eyes are wise and insightful. I will see you again, he says fiercely. Incorrect. He bows his head again. This time, it is definitely from pain. Go, he hisses. You cannot aid me. Help him. No, you reply. I have caused your wounds. I will help you. You grin to the gritted teeth. Are you a doctor? I do not think you are. Offer him the blimberry juice. No. Bind his wounds. Tearing strips of dark wrapping from the clothing, he binds them tightly, and the bleeding lessens. You are too kind to a man who is about to kill you, he murmurs. Let that be your lesson, you reply, as you gather up your things and head out of the forest, leaving him behind. You have a sense that you've made a powerful friend. Leave the trees. Alright. And that is where we're going to call it for sorcery. For today. But, if you somehow find yourself watching the video, thanks for watching, I'm sorry. Bye!